We saw a truck here earlier when we were reporting, wondered if it was involved. Now our suspicions correct. You can see glass shards, bullet holes, and evidence markers from that shooting. Now officials are asking, if you see Stringer, do not approach him. They've got cars here. You see police markers lining the street of Flower Avenue. They're just about done cleaning up that cargo. This accident closed down both lanes eastbound heading towards Defuniak Springs and closed one going westbound towards Mossy Head. There have been helicopters up in the air. A few minutes ago saw canines coming into the area. There are tons of cars lining Highway 98. Take a look behind me here at this glass window, or what used to be a glass window. Now it's just some boarded up plywood damage from that shooting. Bay County Sheriff's Office is currently investigating a homicide. They say around 9:25 this morning, a man called 911 saying he had killed his fiance. Now here on Choctawhatchee River Road, it's looking less like a road and more like an actual river. Officials say that the water has peaked at nearly 20 feet. Now renters are required to wear vests like this when they're riding on the scooters. Now they plan to put the road across from Fairway Circle. However, there's a lift station here right now, and it's one of a few roads that took damage during Monday's storm. You can see behind me a huge hole in the middle of the road. So while the bus driver is watching the kids, the sheriff's office will be watching you. Hey, I'm here in Freeport right now where flooding has had a huge impact. You can see behind me Aliquot Creek and Johns Lane, which has become completely submerged by water, and it's left a lot of residents here wondering what comes next. It happened in a flash. Unreal. Aliquot Creek and Freeport rising and rising, submerging this community in shock.
At 5 a.m. it was barely over the top of my foot. Within an hour, it was up to my knee. Within a few hours, it's gone to this.
Angel Reese and her husband kayaking down their road just to reach Highway 20. Just across the bridge, Ronald Bogdan salvaging one of his vehicles from the water.
We've had a hurricane about 10 years ago, but nothing like this.
Describing a similar situation. At first, the water not so much a problem, but now consuming his property and his time.
I didn't think when I woke up it would be this bad, and it just seems like the water right now is just rising higher and higher. Now I'm only a few feet from where the water has stopped, and you can already see I am ankle deep in water, and Ronald says it can get as far deep as waist deep out there.
Throughout the entire county, there's quite a number of roads that are underwater and have sustained some damage, including over on the south end.
Multiple agencies, including emergency management, the sheriff's office, the county, working to assess the damage done and begin fixing some of those problem areas.
If people do have water in the homes, we want to know about it. We want to keep a tally on that and see if it's eligible for any federal reimbursement.
While residents in Aliquot Creek have yet to see water in their homes, it's still a major problem, a problem that isn't going away just yet.
As far as like right now, I mean, what can I do, just gotta hope for the best, and hopefully it, subsides.
Now, if you need any help at all, the sheriff's office asks that you call their non-emergency line at 850-892-8111. Reporting in Freeport, Maggie Solomon, News 13.
5 named plaintiffs are saying that the spring break ordinances passed over the previous 2 years are demonstrating reckless indifference to their businesses. News 13's Maggie Solomon has been following this story for us. She joins us tonight with more. Maggie, this lawsuit outlines multiple complaints.
It does, Jerry. Here's the lawsuit. 57 pages of accusations, including First Amendment, due process, and Land Development Code violations. A number of ordinances, all passed in the past couple of years in an effort to control what Panama City Beach says is a growing problem.
Spring break.
Spring break.
Spring break.
Spring break, the cause of many hours of debate and now a federal lawsuit. Pages of accusations alleging multiple misconducts and constitutional amendment violations. The plaintiffs, including 5 companies owning Harpoon Harry's, Spinnaker, and Club La Vila. The defendant, Panama City Beach. One allegation stating Ordinance 1320, passed in 2014, limiting hours for the sale of alcohol from 4 a.m. to 2 a.m. during the month of March, violates the plaintiff's First Amendment rights since the money from the sale of alcohol provides for events or protected expression. Earlier this year, the council holding special meetings at Arnold High School, but because there was a required time to be out of the auditorium, the lawsuit alleging because the city didn't hear from everyone wishing to speak,
it was a violation of due process. The document going on to say the emergency and 2015 ordinances interfere with interstate commerce as well as were racially motivated, a topic debated for months on end, soon in the hands of a federal court.
Now, we did reach out to Panama City Beach, and as far as we know, the city hasn't seen a copy of the lawsuit at this time. 4-year-old Isaac loves story time at the Walton DeFuniak Library. Today's tale, bats at the library.
The library is not your cave.
Except this isn't any tall tale. In fact, it's a reality.
That bat up there is hanging on with its feet, and its wings are wrapped around.
That's right. There are actually bats in the library.
They like the library, so they keep coming back. We have found one in our common areas, our public area of the library.
Bats have taken up residence in the historic section. The library sealed off the area, making sure not to disturb them.
Qualified people have to come in to remove the bats. In Florida, bats are a protected species, and they should not be handled by anyone except for experts. This bat that we have is a Mexican freetail, and it's about that long.
Contrary to what some may say, Isaac says the bats aren't there to read.
Do you think they'll read books?
No, they can't grab books because books are bigger than their hands.
It's not a very loud animal either, but definitely able to make this library a bit louder. Much like the ending of this book, the resident bat also has to eventually leave the library as well.
Yay!
It's bittersweet, but at least he and his mom have bats in the library to thrill the imagination.
Oh, can it be? Yes, bat nut at the library.
After all, it's not very often you see a book come to life.